Hey, beautiful people! Ever wondered why some guys just have that something? Like, they walk into a room and everyone's just drawn to them? Trust me, it's not just about having a jawline that could cut glass or being built like a Greek god. I've been observing this for years, and today I'm spilling the tea on the 7 dead giveaway signs that you're a highly attractive man. And guys, if you recognize these signs in yourself, well, let's just say you're probably making hearts flutter without even trying. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and join our amazing community. I'm Sophia, and on this channel, we keep it real about dating, relationships, and everything in between. No sugarcoating, just straight facts with a side of fun. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's break down these signs that separate the truly attractive men from the rest. Whether you're trying to figure out where you stand or just curious about what makes some guys irresistible, this video is going to be eye-opening. Sign number 1. Your presence commands attention. And I'm not talking about being the loudest guy in the room or doing backflips for attention. You know how some people just have that magnetic energy? Like, when they walk into a coffee shop, even the barista who's been making lattes on autopilot all day suddenly perks up? That's what I'm talking about. If you're this guy, you've probably noticed how conversations naturally pause when you join a group. People literally lean in when you speak, and it's not because you're trying to be the main character, you just are. It's in the way you carry yourself, the natural confidence in your stride. I was at this rooftop party last weekend, and there was this guy, let's call him Alex. He wasn't the tallest or the loudest, but the moment he walked in, you could feel the energy shift. People started gravitating towards him like moths to a flame. And the crazy part? He wasn't even trying. That's the key difference between fake confidence and real magnetic energy. Sign number 2 is all about being effortlessly well-groomed. And listen up, because this is where so many guys get it wrong. I'm not talking about spending 3 hours in front of the mirror or dropping your entire paycheck on designer clothes. It's about having that natural understanding of what works for you. You know those guys who always look put together, even in just a white t-shirt and jeans? They've mastered the art of looking good without looking like they're trying too hard. Their clothes fit perfectly, their hair is always on point, and they smell amazing, but in a subtle way that makes you want to lean in closer, not run away coughing. The secret here isn't about following every single trend or wearing the most expensive brands. It's about understanding your personal style and owning it. These guys know exactly what works for their body type and personality. They're not trying to be someone else or copy what's hot on social media. What makes this even more attractive is how effortless it seems. Like, they're not posting mirror selfies every 2 hours or constantly checking their reflection. They just know they look good and carry that confidence with them. It's that quiet assurance that says, yeah, I take care of myself, but I've got more interesting things to focus on. I actually had a friend who would spend hours stressing about his outfit for a casual coffee date. Meanwhile, this other guy I know always looks amazing. And when I asked him about his secret, he just shrugged and said he picks clothes that make him feel comfortable and confident. That's the difference between trying hard and having natural polish. One comes from insecurity, the other from self-awareness. Sign number 3 is probably my favorite because it's about emotional intelligence. And let me tell you, there's nothing hotter than a guy who can actually read the room. Like, imagine being at a party, and while other guys are trying their hardest to be the center of attention, this guy just gets it. He notices when someone's feeling left out and smoothly brings them into the conversation. He can tell when a joke isn't landing and knows exactly how to shift the energy. I was at dinner with friends last week, and this guy Mike, he's literally the perfect example. One of our friends was clearly having a rough day but trying to hide it. While everyone else kept the party vibes going, Mike quietly asked if she needed anything and adjusted the whole conversation without making it obvious. That's the kind of emotional awareness that makes people feel seen and understood. And here's the thing. These guys don't just read emotions, they actually understand the subtle art of social dynamics. They know when to step back and let others shine, when to offer support, and when to take the lead. It's like they have this sixth sense for exactly what any situation needs. Moving on to sign number 4, and this one's crucial: being genuinely interested in others. We're not talking about those guys who ask questions just to wait for their turn to speak. You know the type I'm talking about, right? The ones who are already forming their response before you've even finished your sentence. No, truly attractive men have this incredible ability to make you feel like you're the most interesting person in the world when they're talking to you. They ask thoughtful questions, remember small details from previous conversations, and actually care about the answers. It's not about impressing you with their own stories. It's about creating real connections. I had this conversation with a guy at a coffee shop recently, and what struck me wasn't what he said, but how he listened. He wasn't checking his phone every 2 minutes or scanning the room for someone more interesting. He was fully present, asking follow-up questions that showed he was really processing what I was saying. That kind of genuine interest is so rare these days that when you find it, it's like a breath of fresh air. Sign number 5, having a growth mindset. This isn't just about going to the gym or learning new skills, though those are great too. It's about approaching life with this unstoppable curiosity and willingness to evolve. These guys don't get defensive when they're wrong. They get excited about learning something new. What makes this so attractive is how they handle challenges. Instead of complaining about problems, they're already thinking about solutions. Had a bad date? They're reflecting on what they could learn from it. Project didn't go as planned? They're already figuring out how to do better next time. I remember this guy I met who turned getting laid off into an opportunity to start his own business. While others would have been drowning in self-pity, he saw it as a chance to grow. That kind of resilience and positive outlook is seriously magnetic. It shows you're not stuck in your ways, but constantly evolving into a better version of yourself. And let's be real, nothing is more attractive than someone who's passionate about personal growth, but doesn't make it their whole personality. They're not posting motivational quotes every 5 minutes or preaching about their success mindset. They're just quietly but consistently working on themselves, and that quiet confidence speaks volumes. Sign number 6 is a game changer, being comfortable with yourself. And I'm not talking about that fake, I don't care what anyone thinks attitude that some guys try to pull off. I'm talking about that genuine self-acceptance that's so rare to find these days. You know what I mean? These guys don't need to post thirst traps every day or fish for compliments in their Instagram stories. They're not constantly checking their likes or obsessing over what others think of them. There's this quiet confidence that comes from truly being okay with who they are. I met this guy at a friend's party who perfectly embodied this. While everyone else was trying to one-up each other with their stories or showing off their latest purchases, he was just himself. He could laugh at his own awkward moments, admit when he didn't know something, and wasn't trying to prove anything to anyone. That kind of authenticity, absolutely magnetic. Finally, sign number 7 might be the most powerful one, having clear boundaries. Ladies, when a guy knows his worth and isn't afraid to stand by it, that hits different. These men know exactly what they want and, more importantly, what they won't tolerate. But here's the key. They do it without being jerks about it. It shows up in little ways, like not dropping everything to reply to texts instantly or being able to say no to plans without making up elaborate excuses. They respect their own time and energy, which makes others respect them too. And the crazy part? The more boundaries they set, the more attractive they become. I had this friend who used to be a total people pleaser, always saying yes to everything and everyone. When he finally started setting boundaries, like not working weekends or being clear about his dating intentions, suddenly people were way more drawn to him. It's like his self-respect made others value him more. And here's what makes this such a powerful trait. These guys apply their boundaries consistently. They're not just tough with some people and pushovers with others. They have clear standards for how they want to be treated, and they stick to them, whether it's in relationships, friendships, or work. Now, before we wrap this up, let me keep it real with you. These 7 signs we've talked about, they're not just random traits. They're the blueprint for being that guy who naturally attracts others without trying too hard. The best part? These are all things you can develop if you're willing to put in the work. If you've recognized some of these signs in yourself, amazing. Keep developing them. If you're thinking, I need to work on these, that's perfect too. Awareness is the first step to growth. The key is to focus on becoming the best version of yourself, not trying to be someone else. I want to hear from you guys. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these signs you identify with the most, or which ones you're working on. And hey, if you found this video helpful, smash that like button and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Trust me, we all know that one guy who could use these tips. Until next time, stay authentic, keep growing, and remember, true attractiveness comes from within. See you in the next one.